It would have been easy to say no.
August 9th, 2011. Kent State President Lester Lefton applauds the groundbreaking of the Davy Tree and AMETEK buildings.
Left hand about 12 inches below the right.
September 19th, 2011. The shovels hit the dirt to begin construction on the Kent State Hotel and Conference Center.
Great looking building.
March 8th, 2013. U.S. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood visits Kent to praise the building of the Pardus Central Gateway. But these events and the new businesses that came with them may never have happened if not for a lunch at one of Kent's classic businesses, the Franklin Square Deli. At that lunch meeting, two of Kent's newest and most powerful men, City Manager Dave Roller and Kent State President Lester Lefton. Roller recalls how it was just a get-acquainted lunch, how a meet and greet started Kent's renaissance, and how it all happened over a turkey sandwich.
We were downtown. He's a new guy in town. I was still relatively new, about a year in, and had a little turkey sandwich. And he's talking about kind of his vision for Kent State University. I'm talking about my visions of downtown Kent, and pretty soon it was fairly apparent that we shared a lot of visions there.
From that lunch came visions and plans, which eventually turned into buildings with new businesses. In 2009, a lot previously occupied by this rental house became Acorn Alley, with restaurants like Pita Pit and Tree City Coffee. 2012, what was once an old grocery store transformed into College Town, Kent, with new office space for Davy Tree and AMETEK, and more than a dozen new shops and eateries. Earlier this month, the once decrepit Franklin Hotel became Acorn Corner, with a new home for Buffalo Wild Wings. Later this month, more than 300 parking spaces will be added to downtown with the opening of Pardus Kent Central Gateway Parking Garage and Bus Depot. And this summer, visitors to Kent get a place to stay with the opening of Kent State's Hotel and Conference Center.
Can downtown Kent survive with the combination of old and new businesses? With students here just 9 months a year, with a lack of parking and small businesses with no corporate backing, is it too much too soon? The answer may be just 9 miles away.
This is Hudson, Ohio. Like Kent, it had a decaying historic downtown with an array of existing businesses before it launched its first and main downtown development in 2004. Today, the city is thriving with a mix of big box and boutique retail in its central business district. Once the development opened, it ran into a problem that's also facing downtown Kent. Cars streaming into downtown, bringing people to visit the new businesses, had nowhere to park. City Communications Manager Jody Roberts says parking is an ongoing challenge.
People don't want to park a little further away from the store. They want to be able to park right in front of it.
In Cleveland, a Kent State grad looks on with expert eyes, and he has some concerns. Matt Schmidt is an urban planner at City Architecture in Cleveland. He's familiar with parking problems after working on several other redevelopment projects in other cities. He says the parking problem stems from the way people like to shop.
People want to be able to park where it's the most convenient. That's just kind of as a society how we all work.
Parking has been one of the top targets for Kent's critics. As the buildings have risen in downtown Kent, the number of parking spaces has not kept up. That's led to long walks as people make their way from distant lots to the new businesses. But Schmidt says the added walk can have its benefits.
You pass 6 other businesses on your way to and from your car, and maybe you stop in and grab lunch and then stop at the store to get whatever you need, or you can do numerous things in one swoop.
Schmidt sees another challenge in Kent's redevelopment. Very few of the new businesses are part of a large chain. Most are independent businesses, unique to Kent or with very few other locations. That comes with risk. Only a third of small businesses stay afloat 10 years or more. But Dave Roller says he's comfortable taking that risk.
Kent has made a decision as a community that it doesn't want to be a big box place, big box retail. There's plenty of room for that, and there's plenty of it around us. So that market's covered. We want to be the unique boutique, eccentric, eclectic, pick your favorite phrase.
Not all of the unique businesses are surviving. After we talked to Roller, 3 Acorn Alley eateries, Funky Ladles, Dog Squad, and the once popular Arctic Squirrel all closed in the same week. Roller concedes that not all of Kent's unique businesses are going to make it.
I still think there's going to be periods of ups and downs. There's going to be some that just aren't going to make it. And as much as I'm delighted to see them open their stores today, and I'll be heartbroken when they close, but I understand that's part of the beast. You're not going to get 1,000% or performance here. This is like baseball. If you're batting .300, you're probably doing pretty good.
While there have been failures, many of the new businesses are still surviving. One of those is Popped, a boutique popcorn shop in Acorn Alley. It's owned by Gwen Rosenberg. She sells a wide range of popcorns, from the basic salt and butter to her signature chocolate drizzle and spicy firehouse caramel. She says her business is the product of passion. But while she has passion, she lacks experience. Popped is her first business. She had to negotiate a lease, go through health inspection, and figure out which of her homemade recipes would sell, all with no previous experience running a business. She admits it was daunting at times.
There's so much to learn that at times it can feel overwhelming, that you're just like, you know, like you almost can't, it's suffocating how much you need to learn.
Roller admits most people in Kent didn't have experience putting together a project of this magnitude either.
It's taken a whole new level of sophistication in the techniques available for us to finance a project, to organize and manage a project of this nature, no doubt about it.
As for the parking issue, few businesses are more likely to be affected by a lack of parking than Popped. It doesn't even have a street for people to park on. It's in the courtyard of Acorn Alley. But Rosenberg says that's just the way it is. And despite the lack of parking, Popped is succeeding. And to make sure the world gets her popcorn, she rented more space above her store for a wholesale operation. Dave Roller says he's not done yet either. The Kent State Esplanade will connect downtown to campus later this year. Then he plans to kick it into high gear.
We've been working on 4 cylinders. I think we're working on 6 cylinders right now, and I'd like to see this bad boy at 8 cylinders.